Wow! It's our big 20th episode of the Torch News Roundup, and what better way to spend it than with our big Comic-Con special. This time we're going to be looking at all the TV news and trailers to come out of Comic-Con this year. First, we'll start on the Marvel side of the aisle. Joe Quesada confirmed that Netflix Daredevil is officially renewed for Season 3, and they played a brief teaser. It was also made official that Jon Bernthal will be starring in his own Punisher series on Netflix. We got a Defenders teaser, not a whole lot to it, but a logo and Stick's voice. It's being suggested that the Hand will be the main villain, and it kinda makes sense. It's probably the right place to have Elektra show up again. We got our first glimpse of Iron Fist in a teaser trailer. The trailer focuses on his origin, with brief glimpses of his being lost in the snow after a plane crash as a child, where he's found by monks. Flash forward to the future, where he's kept in confinement before breaking through a wall. I really hope they put him in the comic costume, at least some semblance of the comic-accurate costume. And yes, it's the big one, the Luke Cage trailer, and it looks great. Luke tears a car door off and just wraps it around this guy. He's going through the hallway with guys shooting at him left and right, and he's clobbering all of them with the bullets just bouncing off him. It's great, and at the end, we get a shot of the series villain, who's named Cottonmouth, if I remember correctly. And it just looks like fun. That's the first time I can say something like that about a Marvel Netflix series, and that's what I want. I mean, yeah, I like drama as much as anybody, but could they just do one series where you don't feel like jumping off a cliff afterwards? This could be that show. So the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. panel was fun. When asked if Bobby and Hunter would return now that Most Wanted was passed on by the networks, Jed Whedon teased, "Keep watching." They also confirmed that Brett Dalton, aka Grant Ward, would not return this season. That seemed obvious enough, but I've heard my share of far-out rumors from wide-eyed optimists. Also confirmed is the long-rumored appearance of Ghost Rider this season, with a brief teaser. But Johnny Blaze fans like myself are going to have to wait to see the ghostly motorcycle rider on the small screen, as this will be the third incarnation of the Spirit of Vengeance from the comics, Robbie Reyes, who'll be played by Gabriel Luna, who drives a hot rod and not a motorcycle. As I said, I was hoping for the Johnny Blaze version, but on the bright side, it's AOS. This Ghost Rider's face won't be seen but for 3 minutes in the season finale. Expect a lot of the actors sweating and constraining to hold the rider back all season. But hey, Blaze can still make it to Netflix, right? And that's not all. We have the first trailer for FX Legion series based on the X-Men Marvel comic. And I honestly can't tell you what it's all about. Legion is in a mental ward and he has some kind of telekinetic connection to a missing girl. I don't know. I guess I'll still check this one out, but eh. And now on to the DCCW news. We got a Flash Season 3 trailer and it's freaking awesome! It looks like Dr. Alchemy is involved, with a comic-accurate mask. How cool is that? So now it looks like Barry has a chance for a normal life with his parents, and has an anti-Icky love affair with Iris. But he's no longer friends with Joe or Cisco. Cisco's now the head of what used to be Star Labs. But I love the end with Vaughn. Now who's the villain, Flash? It just looks awesome. Flash hasn't let me down yet. They've had 2 really great seasons so far, and this season looks like they'll continue to top themselves. Now over on to Arrow. Joe Dinicol has been cast as Ragman in Season 5 of Arrow. The character is described as fresh from a personal tragedy, hoping to find answers in Star City where he ultimately crosses paths with Green Arrow. I guess those fearing the magical aspects of last season will be completely forgotten are unfounded, since Ragman gets his powers with the consumption of corrupt souls. And on to the Arrow Season 5 trailer. On Ollie's new costume, you can see where they went back to the covered-up arms. And I don't really mind that look too much, but I can't unremember how great last season's costume looked. It was certainly the closest version to the comic that they've done yet. So they're trying to have Curtis out there in the field now. Ugh. I am not looking forward to that. They have Wild Dog and Artemis there in the HQ, and it seems like Felicity chose them, which I'm sure that's going to rankle many a fan. We get a brief glimpse of old Team Arrow, including Thea in costume as Speedy. But, I don't know. I'm skeptical about axing the old team. It might work in the short term, but I'm really hoping that they put the old crew back together quickly. We also get some scenes of Anatoly with Ollie in Russia. I've always enjoyed his character when he was in the second season. The trailer ends with a look at another Dark Archer that's apparently named Prometheus. My hope for this season's big bad is that we go back to another masked street-level villain, like the Dark Archer and Deathstroke. And while another masked archer isn't the most original thing, it looks like we're at least getting another comic book style villain. They've also cryptically teased that the Flashpoint paradox will somehow impact John Diggle. In related news, Katie Cassidy is now the third actor to have a series-wide contract to appear on all 4 of CW's DC shows. I guess she's not going to be as dead as we thought. But I'm fine with that. I really don't want a DC universe that doesn't contain a living Black Canary. Although I guess that's more than we know. She could be playing Black Siren at least half of the time. The Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 trailer. I can't really tell what's from this season and what is being recycled from the last, but the gist of it is the Wave Rider crew has to step up and become the new Time Masters. It appears they go back in time to fight the Nazis in New York in World War II. We get to see Sarah in action fighting Damien Dark. How cool is that? We also get to see Ray in action as the Atom again. Looks like it'll be really cool. Also, it's been confirmed that the Legion of Doom, Eobard Thawne, and Malcolm Merlyn will be lending their villainy to the show this season. Chris Wood from Vampire Diaries and Containment has been cast as a series regular on Season 2 of Supergirl. His character is being kept a mystery as of now. But on the Comic-Con panel, it was revealed he'll be playing the mystery person in the Kryptonian pod. Rumor has it, he'll be the character Mon-El, but your guess is as good as anybody's. And now we have the Gotham Season 3 trailer. Now, I've been rather lax in keeping up with the Gotham news because I'm not sure I even care about this show anymore. Glutton for punishment that I am, I'll probably still tune in anyway. Well, for the quick recap, the Court of Owls will be playing the main villain arc for at least the first half of the season. Benedict Samuel will be playing the Mad Hatter, described as a talented hypnotist teetering on the edge of madness. He arrives in the titular city with an unwavering desire to find his sister named Alice. It turns out that the young woman went missing years ago. As he is adamant in completing his personal goal, it is predicted that he will go to great lengths in order to locate her. Stop the press! Jamie Chung will play Valerie Vale, aunt of Vicky Vale. James Carpinello will play Mario Falcone, son of Carmine, who, while a civilian, is expected to come between Leslie and Jim this season. And sadly, Claire Foley, who played young Proto-Poison Ivy, Ivy Pepper, is going to be looking for work as her character is getting an age bump and will now be played by Maggie Gia as a 19-year-old Poison Ivy. All caught up? Well, now on to the trailer. It's basically 4 minutes of recap from last season, but the new 30 seconds show most of the regulars, including Barbara along with Tabitha, Ed still in jail, Oswald being hailed by a bonfire, Fish with Hugo Strange, and Alfred being attacked by the Green Hornet, who looks to be played by Henry Cavill. These guys don't miss a trick. Now they're borrowing from the 60s TV crossover episode. Well, there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Here's the results of last week's poll. Which DC-CW series are you looking forward to returning most in the fall? We have a draw. 50% for Arrow, 50% for The Flash. I guess if I were to provide the tiebreaker, I'd have to go with The Flash, especially after seeing the new trailer for this season. This week's poll, which San Diego Comic-Con trailer was your favorite this year? Wonder Woman, Justice League, Suicide Squad, or Doctor Strange? Follow my link in the description to my Twitter page to vote in the poll, and I'll give the results next week. Stay tuned for the next news roundup where we break down all the film news and trailers from this year's Comic-Con. Until then, this is Johnnie Torch reminding you, keep the flame burning brightly, and I'll be with you again real soon.